Hello everyone, this is Troy Kostasek for Explorminate, bringing you another new game. This time it is Pocket Space Empire in early access. As you can see from this red warning bar here, it is in alpha. This is version 0.27.2. It was recently pushed out by the developer, has some nice new changes in it. Just going to give you a quick tour of the game, so that way if you get this in early access, you kind of know what you're doing. Here's the options. Gameplay. You can show battle list. End turn triggers auto battle. Do not close audience window after choice. I'll show you what that means in a little bit. Tester mode. Show ship tonnage. I'm not sure what big squadron info is. List information, officer portraits, etc. Okay. And disable research queue warning. I don't know. I want to keep all of it the way it is. Controls. Not a lot of choices at the moment. Video. I don't mess with. Audio. I have it turned way down so you can hear me. Alright. We're going to start a new game. And you're given a lot of different options here. These are all kind of pre-made options. It changes the type of planets, standard scenario, things like that. I like playing on smaller maps, at least right now, because I'm testing a lot of things. So I choose number 4, test small, but there's nothing good or better about it. You can adjust difficulty here. We'll just keep it on the default. And we can either quick start, which will throw us right into the game, or we can create an empire. And we get 20 points to spend. Right now there's not a lot of options, but I'm sure these will increase as the game gets further along in development. Researcher 1 gives you +1 to education, and Researcher 3 is +3 to education. Education has to do with how fast you research new techs. Commander gives you +20% stormtrooper recruits, which is important for conquering planets and defending your own planets. Diplomat, I haven't found too useful, +5 to relations. I mainly just want to kill everybody, so I don't normally choose that one. Administrator +5%, gives you +5% Imperial communication range, and then this one gives you +10%. I kind of like that one. And I kind of like Commander and Researcher, so I'm going to choose that. All my points are spent, and then I clone a new Emperor. In this game, you play an Emperor clone. Like every so often, they have to clone the Emperor, make a new one, and it's just kind of part of the game's lore. You're not playing a commander in this one, you're playing an emperor. And starting a game is extremely fast. You saw how fast it was. There wasn't even a load screen. Just boom, it makes it. So this is our galaxy. Not very big. My empire is here in the middle. The enemy empire is in red. I'm surrounded. That's alright. I don't mind being in a pocket. Get it? It's a pocket space empire. A lot of different things to show you here. A lot of different things. You have a mini map over here in the upper right hand corner. You've got several, here's the menu, several different options here. You can click on how to play if you want to learn some different things. I'm not going to take you through all of these. You can do that if you get the game. You can zoom in and zoom out here. Okay, you can pull up your planets that you have in your empire here, and then here's an example of my home planet here, Terra. And let's see, this is a very deep game. It doesn't have a lot of content in it right now, but you can tell it's very deep. Here's my planet. Like I said, I can center the map on it here, so if I move far away, I can always just go there, center the map. I zoom in. Oh, it's not centered anymore. There, it's centered. I have a guy. He's leading my planet. His name is Alex Morris. He's 31 years old. And you can see he's got 5 competence, which is not very good. 11 loyalty, which is okay, and 12 corruption, which is not great. This is measuring the loyalty of the populace on my planet, and scoundrels are kind of like, you know, rebels in other games. Security, just how safe it is on my planet, how likely it is I might have a rebel uprising. Right now it's at 94%. That's fine. That's really good. Defensive priority, I can fortify it, but I can only have up to 3 fort planets, and Terra is right in the middle, so it's very safe. I am under attack right now, so sometimes the game will start you right under attack. These blue shields here are my fleets, and then these other shields are enemy fleets. So I've got some pirates, and I got some, like, I think this is like an insect race here. Population, you know what that is. And then I can deploy stormtroopers if I need to, but I don't control the orbit, so I can't deploy stormtroopers at the moment because I'm under attack. Alright, economy. You can say I've got a little bit of farming, actually quite a bit of farming. Mining, 31 factories, 28 office. Each of those help you produce things, keep your populace happy and growing. Industry level is 3.0. That's not bad. The maximum is 3.4, so 3.0 is not bad. The industrial level affects output of the industries, mainly for this game, like shipbuilding, that sort of thing. Let's see here. I've got worker availability, which means like how much more can I produce. Cost of next industry, you know, if I want to improve my industry. Like I've got a city, a support city, capital city, and a power plant here, powering all of that. Okay, specialization, like I really can't specialize yet because I haven't researched the text, but I can research the text and then specialize my planets, which gives them a bonus in that particular thing. And then military, I've got 19 defense installations. This game is a lot like Master of Orion 1 in a lot of ways. If you can think about Master of Orion 1 with more of a focus on empire management and diplomacy rather than tactical combat, that's kind of what Pocket Space Empire is all about. Alright, let's see, we've also got some different filters here. Let me zoom back out. Okay, different filters. Alright, political, communication range. Okay, you see all these yellow planets? It's basically the extent of my communication range. It's where it's safe for me to send ships and that sort of thing. Then we've got rare resources such as ruins and things, so you can kind of see if, well, I did a bad job zooming there, but alright, let's zoom in on this planet right here. Okay, it's unexplored, but I can tell there's some type of special resource there because it's green. You see that green dot? That's what that means. Alright. Let's see. Okay, borders of what empire is that? Okay, border distance for empires, like where can I where can they get to but I can't? You can see that there. And then desire score, these are like the better planets. So like this planet's got a 30, that one's got a 19. I'm probably gonna want that 30 before I want that 19. And then pathfinding, I mean, there's all the star lanes. So yeah, this game uses star lanes. It's pretty straightforward, it's not that complicated. Alright, empire. This is my throne room and my bodyguards. And I'm going to have to end the turn a little bit because I do want to show you what court is like going through court. Here are all the governors that run my planets. I think there probably could be a bit more diversity in the illustrations here, but this is alpha and these are all just placeholder images anyway. Okay. There are different factions within my court. Okay, we have the Warlords faction. Right now they have 34% influence, and they give me a plus 5% space combat bonus and an 8% ground combat bonus if they're like the most powerful faction. Then I got economists, and I get from them increased tax income, and alien population will pay higher taxes, and I can get cheaper cities with them, so that's pretty good. And then I've got the Cancelists faction. They're a boring class of clerks and bureaucrats. So mainly like our governments here on Earth right now. Tax income is increased, and we have lower corruption. Well, almost like current governments. Anyway, enough of that. Traditionalist faction, the descendants of the old aristocracy, affect only if the faction is in the top 3, and planets get a loyalty increase. Okay, in other words, it suppresses the rebels. And then finally, the genetic technologist faction, which is a somewhat xenophobic group, and again, it's only gets the effect if it's in the top 3, but population growth on Terran only planets is increased. So that's pretty cool. Each of these guys has a score with them, and I'm not going to go over that right now because I do want to get to the court, and I'll explain it then. Alright, intelligence. Here are the different empires. Okay, we got us. That's us. And then we've got the rebels, which are in our borders, but not very strong right now. Pirates. What would a space 4X be without pirates? Right? I like this illustration. Right there, this guy. And then we have the other factions. We have parasites. They're little bug guys. In fact, all of them kind of look like bugs. The hive, they look like bugs. And then we have the methane breathers, who kind of look more like bugs. So, all the aliens in this game are kind of like bugs. Reforms. Okay. I know this is a lot to throw at you all at once. Okay, if I've got free freighters, how do I want to allocate them, right? Do I want to increase how cheap it is or how fast it is to colonize a new planet? Or should I explore or gain commerce, money? That's not too bad. Army, should they focus on, ground combat, keeping their morale up, invasion, counterinsurgency, like if you have a real problem with rebels, military police, same thing. Justice, governor, magistrate, I think I usually put it on magistrate. Justice is issued swiftly by the magistrate with fines going to the imperial treasury plus 2 credits per turn. I kind of like that one. Industry, agriculture, I don't know which is better. I think I want bigger populations at the beginning, so I think I leave it on farms. Schools, loyalty, education. I think I put it on education so I can research text, and then this right here will be for future reforms. They're kind of like edicts in other games. Summary. Okay, this is how I'm doing so far. I haven't taken a turn, so there's not much to see. And then finally, victory. This scenario has no victory conditions. You just kind of play around. This is for testing purposes only. Alright, finances. Alright, I've got 14 planets and 6,262 million people, so that's about 6 billion people in my empire. Here is my tax rate. Okay, my corporate tax, my population tax, And then let's see, I've got my tax rate set at 0.1% per million population, so I can change that. I can increase it, just leave it there. Okay. Credits lost to bureaucracy, I love that. I lose 105 there. I gain from commerce edict there, my magistrate edict there, trade, and then effective tax 1,011 credits. That's pretty good. Loss due to corruption. It seems like I have a pretty high corruption rate right now. Loss due to low stability. Obviously I'm having a problem there too. Fleet upkeep, that's fine. 14 seems pretty cheap. I have no contracts. Contracts give you bonuses or access to something that the private sector wants to sell the emperor, and you can lose credits that way, but you gain advantages. It's kind of a trade-off. And then treaties cost, like if you paying people to leave you alone. There you go. So on balance, I'm making 238 credits per turn, which is not very good. It's not very good, but it's not worth the rebel uprising I get from high taxes. Just to increase it by like 13. That's nothing. Alright, industry. Okay. All that here again. Here are my different industries. Okay. There's my power plants. Here are the special resources in the game, and there are a lot of them. And I haven't played the game enough yet to really know like how to use them best, which ones are good for ships or troops or that sort of thing. But you know, I like lots of special resources, and so you can look at them there. There's quite a few. Alright, here's my tradable goods. Food, minerals, gas, manufacturing services. This is what I'm making. This is what I'm trading, which is nothing right now. And so my total is the same as my production. And then edicts. Alright. I can tell these guys to focus on different things like this. I don't really know. I can't give you much strategic advice on this right now. The guy, like I said, the game's still in early alpha. I haven't played too much. I tend to be very conservative here because I don't know exactly what they all do at the moment, and so I don't try to push it. I've been pretty happy with how my empires have turned out so far in the games I've played, so I don't get too radical with this yet. I'm sure I will as the game progresses. Okay, here is the research window. Okay, you have all these different things. You can set primary and a secondary research. Okay, you can research two different things at once. Kind of like Master of Orion 1, but not exactly. It's similar, but different. Like in Master of Orion 1, you could research everything all at once if you wanted. In this one, you can only research two, but you can still designate primaries and secondaries. So you have construction, which in this case here, you know, your first few texts here have to do with your ships. Okay. Oops. Alright, energy, just basically getting more efficient. Electronics, targeting computers, I mean, you know, tactical coordination, cyber brain, electronic warfare. We've seen these type of things in several other games. Biochemistry, cloning. Let's see. Affects combat medics and brain transfer. I forgot about that one. Yep. I tend to want to make sure that my fleet is pretty good, so I put I choose advanced hulls, and then I usually research that one as my primary. I like also making sure my population is happy, so I usually set sociology as my secondary at the beginning. Now eventually you have to manage this, you have to move it all around, but that's my usual setup right there at the beginning. This is my fleet, and I have several fleets where I start, and then I have fleets that I can build. Okay, my first fleet, my first squadron here within my fleet has 57 ships. Squadron 3 is 47, Squadron 2 43, 49, and then 52 here. And I can create a new squadron if I want. I think I can have up to, I think it looks like 22. I've never had that many. But anyway, you can create a new squadron there if you want. Or, you know, you can just use your other fleets, or you can go to a fleet that's empty and start a squadron there. Now, let's say I want to go back here. Alright, and I've got this squadron. I want to go to my shipyard, and I want to add some frigates. Alright, and then a couple destroyers, and then a battleship. Okay, and then that's going to be my my little fleet there. Okay, and this will tell you all about your ship, and you know its armor and damage and all those things, hit points, all that stuff. So there is how you can build it. Click on timetable and it will explain all that to you. There is a lot to learn in this game. You have to be patient with it. Now let's say you start losing a lot of ships with your fleet number 1 here. You can change the reinforcement priority up to very high to max, and that means as you build, like, you can build ships for all these fleets at once if you want. But if you have this one max, it's going to prioritize ships from this one first to reinforce that fleet if you have any losses. Summary, this will tell you what all your ships are. Modernization, let's say I got like some of these new techs, and I want to upgrade. So let's say I want to upgrade all my ships to have this energy drainer ability. So I install it. Okay, cost me 500 credits to do that. Okay, and so now all my ships will get that. Okay, and then officers, these are the people in charge of my fleet and then my squadrons, and I can fire them if I want. He's pretty bad, so I think I will. Boom, and he'll get replaced next turn. Alright, and then finally my army. There's a lot less control over your ground forces than over your other ones. But you know, you can kind of look at them like this too. If there's a way to fire these guys, I don't know how. I haven't figured out how to fire guys from my squadrons and from my ground troops yet. So, all right, there's that. All right, I think that goes through everything, and I know that was really fast. You can go back and replay all that if you want. Here are the reports. Every turn you'll get a new set of reports. Right now it's just saying hi to me, and then I'm gonna end the turn. I think I'll end the turn, and I need to go 4 turns before I get an audience. And down here in the lower right, you'll get your reports. Okay, battle over Terra. I mean, so it's all my blue ones versus their red and their black ones. I can observe, or I can just auto this. Okay, all their ships were killed. You see those black shields? They're 0. Red ships 0. Here's mine. Okay, so that one I won. Yeehaw! And that's the only battle I had that turn. Alright, exploration. I have discovered a planet with a score of -346. I don't think that's very good. Then my second, there we go. Another planet there. So I've got scout ships going out all over. It's automatic. You don't have to do anything. It'll take care of it yourself. And research. No research queued. In biochemistry. Okay, so it wants me to make sure I've got something and everything. So even though it's not prioritized at the moment, it still wants me to pick one. Alright, so even though, okay, my construction is my primary. I get 42 research points put into it every turn. Sociology is my secondary. I get 21. But the other ones get research too, just very slightly. 6 points a turn. So it's not like nothing ever happens here. The game kind of keeps it moving along, so like you never have to go back and just hit end turn a bunch of times because you never put any points into these. It does help kind of move things along, even though you haven't prioritized it. Alright, back to the Empire screen here. And we're just gonna skip ahead so I can get an audience. Okay, morale changed. The base morale of the Imperial Army changed to 86%. While at the beginning the morale tends to be high over time, little spelling error there, it tends to get lower, so you might need to counter it by technologies and edicts, etc. Alright, so here's what I wanted to show you. This is kind of the heart of the game here. Your audience. Every so many turns you're gonna have an audience, and it's where all your bureaucrats come and talk to you and they want things from you. Okay? What I do here, okay, here's these guys. Let's see, storyline. Threat from another dimension. My liege, we found a disturbing datapod in our Imperial archives and an ancient text that says our galaxy is invaded once every 10,000 turns by some unknown aliens. Those brutes, as the text claims, don't desire to conquer us but eradicate us from existence. All of us, all sentient beings. We made initial calculations and it adds up. I urge you, my liege, to pursue this matter further. Okay, I can tell him to check it, but don't allocate any additional resources. I can assign more archivists to examine this, or I can ignore it. Let's be safe. Alright, so I did him. Now I go on to this guy. And then, you know, there's a conspiracy to overthrow the Emperor. Yep, that's bad. Chancellor, what court faction should benefit from my wisdom? I can choose one of these. I'm going to choose Warlords because I like going to battle. Let's see. Diplomatic incident. My emperor, one of the ambassadors, used the wrong spoon during a banquet, and it resulted in the increase of anger by 10% and it's not filled in. So you can tell in alpha we're still kind of getting all the bugs worked out here. So I can say, am I really the only competent person in this whole empire? And then a random courtier gets +3 competence, which is good for me. Alright. And I usually just choose that one for these. Okay. Okay, diplomatic focus. On which power should we focus our diplomatic efforts? I don't have any relations with them right now, so we don't need it. That gives me prestige. Military focus. My emperor, on which major race should your... Okay, we don't have any other races right now. We haven't come into contact with them officially, so I can't choose something. So, next. Initiate Imperial Project. I can do a college of civil service, which will increase all my new governors start with +1 competence. I like that one. War college also gives competence. Deep space exploration, I get an additional exploration attempt every second turn. Right now I don't need that. And then imperial granaries, food consumption neg 10%. I'm gonna go with the college. And then contract, these are where the contracts I told you about earlier. They want money from you in exchange for services. So this guy says our company offers a food scanners contract, 10% protection against Emperor was poisoned event. It will surely benefit the Emperor. And I can either say, okay, I can give you one-time payment of 700 or 1,000 credits and then 10 credits per turn, or I can give you 700 now and pay 20 per turn. And you can kind of decide which is better for what you want. I don't care about being poisoned. Not right now. This guy is visiting. I am Rex Morris, the governor of Terra. I report that the planet's loyalty is 100%. Hooray! And the security rating is 100%. That's great. So, I clicked very well, and the official has a 5% chance for +1 loyalty. I like that. Same thing with here. 196, very good. And then this. Alright. Let's say, I mean, this is very good, but let's just say, you know, I don't like this guy. Look, he's got 5 competence, 8 loyalty, and 12 corruption. That's terrible. So I can dispose of this fool. So off with his head. He's toast. And next turn I'll get a new governor for that planet. And honestly, with these guys, I'm pretty ruthless. Like, if their stats are bad, like this guy's not very good. If their stats are bad, in the early game I tend to off them pretty quick and replace them when the stakes are low, because in the late game you don't want to be doing that. So I mean, that's what the court is. I can go through here. I can demote these guys if I want. I don't think I want to do that. I can check my intelligence every turn just to see if anything has changed. Modify my reforms and all that sort of thing. So this is Pocket Space Empire by Silver Lemur Games. It's in early access now. I think it's something like $25 on Steam. So if this sort of top-down Imperial style 4X is something that interests you, you might check it out. I know that the developer is active on the Explorminate forums, so you can ask on his forums or in our forums, and I know he'll get back to you. Anyway, I think that's about it for this Let's Play. This is Troy Kostasik for Explorminate. Take care, everyone.